Hello students, this is Jyoti Saini, your English teacher. So today we will start studying English. So first of all, I want to tell you that you have two books in your syllabus. The first one is Hornbill and another one is Snapshot. So we will start from the book first named Hornbill. In this book you have 8 chapters. The chapters are named Portrait of a Lady, We Are Not Afraid to Die, Discovering Tut, Landscape of the Soul. In this way, there are 8 chapters in this book. So first of all, we will start chapter first named The Portrait of a Lady by Khushwant Singh. Before reading, I will make you understand the background of the story and the main points related to this. This chapter is written by Khushwant Singh about his grandmother. And whenever we explain a personality, then we express the physical and mental traits of that person. That means the qualities of that person, physically and mentally. So the chapter contains information about Khushwant Singh and his grandmother and their relationship between them. The narrator describes about his grandmother. He expresses her physical and mental traits. Traits means qualities. The chapter shows the relationship of the narrator with his grandmother. How their relationship was intimate when they lived in village. How was it changed when they shifted to a city house? What happened to the relationship between them later, etc. So the narrator divides his relationship with his grandmother into 3 phases. I'll make you understand the first phase. The first phase starts when the narrator was a small boy and he lived with his grandmother in the village. At that time they had an intimate relationship with each other. Intimate means that is very close relationship. And as they were continuously in contact. Why? Because the narrator's parents, they went to city for settlement because they wanted to settle there because of their jobs, etc. So the narrator was in close contact with his grandmother, and the grandmother, she looked after the narrator. The second phase started when they shifted to city house. After that, the author started going to English medium school in a motor bus. Earlier the grandmother used to teach him, but when the narrator started going to an English medium school, then the grandmother, she could not understand the studies in English and the study which was given or provided to the narrator in that English medium school. So later the third phase started when the author went to university for further studies. Now he was given a separate room for studies. After that, the grandmother became lonely. Their relationship was skipped, which was intimate earlier when they were in village. But now the grandmother, she accepted her seclusion, her loneliness. She did not interfere in the matter of the narrator. Later, the author went to abroad for 5 years for studies. And when he returned, even it was not confirmed whether the grandmother would survive or not, but when he returned, the grandmother was alive, but after his returning, she died. So these 3 phases are described in this chapter by the narrator. Now we will start the chapter, the reading of the chapter. Chapter first named Portrait of a Lady. First of all, we'll discuss about the title of the story. Whenever we read a story or a description, the title is very important. Sometimes there are different views of the readers that the title of the story is not suitable or suitable, etc. That is an open thinking. So this chapter is named The Portrait of a Lady. Here the lady is the grandmother of Khushwant Singh, and he just picturizes the character of his grandmother physically and mentally. Now he describes about his grandmother in the very first paragraph. My grandmother, like everybody's grandmother, was an old woman. She had been old and wrinkled for the 20 years that I had known her. My grandmother, author's grandmother, like everybody's grandmother. How does a grandmother look like? She looks like old. So as everybody's grandmother, the narrator's grandmother is also an old woman. The grandmother is also old like others' grandmother, because grandmother, they seem old. She had been old and wrinkled for the 20 years. It means the narrator is 20 years old because he has known her for last 20 years. So she had been old and wrinkled. She is old and wrinkled. She has wrinkles on her face. And for last 20 years the narrator has seen her same. People said that she had once been young. People who know the grandmother, they told the narrator, they said that she had once been young. When she was young, she at that time she was young and pretty when she was in her earlier days, in her youth days. So people who knew her, they say that she was young and pretty earlier, when she was young, when she was in her youth time, and had even had a husband. And she had a husband, but now she doesn't have a husband. But earlier when she was young, then she had a husband also, because she got married. That's why she's the grandmother of the narrator. But this was hard to believe but this fact is hard to believe for the narrator, because the narrator had seen her old only. How can he believe? Because there is an image which is accepted by the narrator forever, because he has seen his grandmother old always. That's why this fact is hard to believe for him, that the grandmother was pretty and young ever. Now the narrator describes about his grandfather. The grandfather's portrait hung above the mantelpiece in the drawing room. Portrait means picture. So narrator's grandfather's portrait was hung above the mantelpiece in the drawing room. Mantelpiece is a sort of you can say a sort of furniture which is set over the fireplace in their drawing room. He wore a big turban. In that picture which was hung in the drawing room of the narrator, in that picture the grandfather wore a big turban. The old people of village used to wear that pagdi jo hoti hai, and loose fitting clothes like dhoti kurta, Indian people who live in village, the males, they wear loose fitting clothes normally. So in that picture, the grandfather was wearing a big turban and loose fitting clothes, and his long white beard covered the best part of his chest. So most of his chest was covered with his beard, so he had a long beard in that picture, and he looked at least 100 years old, as he had a long white beard in that picture, and he was wearing loose fitting clothes, wearing a big turban. So in that picture, the grandfather looked at least 100 years old. So he was looking very old in that picture. He did not look the sort of person who would have a wife or children. This fact was hard to believe for the narrator, that his grandmother was pretty and young once. In the same way, this fact is also hard to believe for the narrator, that the grandfather had a wife or children ever. So he did not look the sort of person, that type of person who would have a wife or children, because in that picture he was looking like 100 years old. So he looked as if he could only have lots and lots of grandchildren. This is so funny. So the narrator says that in that picture he looked as if he could only have, कि ऐसे पर्सन के तो सिर्फ ग्रैंड चिल्ड्रन हो सकते हैं बहुत सारे, because he looked very old in that. But it's not correct. As for my grandmother being young and pretty, and if we talk about narrator's grandmother being young and pretty, that she was young and she was pretty ever, the thought was almost revolting. This thought was almost revolting. This thought was almost rebellious. The narrator could not believe on this fact. She often told us of the games she used to play as a child. As your grandparents, they also used to tell you the plays, what they used to play when they were children. So the grandmother also often told them, the narrator and other children, the games she used to play when she was a child, just to entertain the children. That seemed quite absurd. This fact is also, this idea seemed quite absurd, which is hard to believe, which is not reasonable, and undignified and not true. So the narrator found that fact that she used to play the games when she was a child, because he could not believe on the fact that she was young and pretty ever. How could he believe that she was a child ever and she used to play the games? Because he has just fixed an image of the grandmother as a grandmother, not as a child or young woman or pretty woman. So this was not true according to him about the grandmother, and we treated it like the fable. That's why the narrator and other children, they considered these facts like the fables, the stories in which the animals are characters which are not true, which are fictional. Of the prophets she used to tell us. Prophecy means the points which are based on false news, etc. So whatever she told, they treated those facts like fables, which were not true, which were fictional. The facts which she used to tell the narrator and others. She had always been sure. So I hope you have understood. In the very initial lines, the narrator describes about his grandmother, that she was very old and he had known her for last 20 years, because the author was almost 20 years old, and people who knew her, they used to tell that she was pretty and young. But these thoughts that she was a child, she was pretty young, these points were not acceptable by the narrator, because he had fixed an image of the grandmother as a grandmother. Then he describes about his grandfather, that there was a picture which was hung in the drawing room, and in that picture his grandfather looked 100 years old. So now come to the second para. She had always been short and fat and slightly bent. Now he is going to describe the physical beauty of the grandmother. How does she look like? She had always been short. So the narrator's grandmother is short in height and fat because she's aged now. So that's why she's fat and slightly bent, and she's slightly a little bit bent because of the old age. Her face was a crisscross of wrinkles. She has many wrinkles which cut to each other, running from everywhere to everywhere because they don't have any directions. She has many wrinkles on her face and on her body. And on her face there are so many wrinkles that it is a crisscross, which crosses, the lines cross each other. No, we were certain she had always been as we had. So the narrator and others, maybe his parents, etc., so they were confirmed about the fact that she always been as we had. So she always been old, as they knew her from the beginning. So they could not believe that she was young and pretty ever. They always believed that she was old. So how do they know her? They consider her old always. So terribly old that she could not have grown older. So she was very much old, extremely old, that she could not have grown older. कि उससे बूढ़ी हो भी नहीं सकती है, इतनी बूढ़ी. And had stayed at the same age, and the narrator thought, he considered her that she had stayed at the same age. She had stayed old for 20 years because the narrator always had seen her old. She could never have been pretty. According to the narrator, she could not be pretty ever. Pretty means physically pretty. But she was always beautiful. This line is very important. The grandmother could never have been pretty, but she was always beautiful. There is an idea behind this because pretty and beautiful, they just related to each other. The grandmother was not pretty, but she was beautiful. So physically she was not pretty because she was old. Old person cannot be pretty. But she was beautiful because she has a beautiful heart. You also think about your grandparents, that you love your grandparents very much, and they are so beautiful for you because they have beautiful heart. They love you so much, that's why it seems that they have a beautiful heart. So that's why the narrator's grandmother also was beautiful at heart, but she was not pretty because she was old. Got it? She hobbled about the house in spotless white. Spotless white means the dress which was spotless. There was no spot on that white sari or etc. So she hobbled. Hobbled होता है लंगड़ाते हुए चलना. She hobbled about the house in spotless white with one hand resting on her waist to balance a stoop and the other tallying the beads of her rosary. Rosary means a sort of garland. Stoop, the bent body. So she used to hobble in house wearing a spotless white sari. One hand resting, her one hand used to rest on her waist to balance her stoop, to balance her bent body, and the other telling the beads of her, and her other hand, the second hand, then another hand was always busy in telling the beads of rosary. She used to keep a rosary, a garland in her hand, and used to tell the beads of that garland. माला के जो मन के होते हैं, जो जपते हैं पुराने बूढ़े लोग जो. Her silver locks were scattered untidily over her pale, puckered face. Silver locks means the locks of hair. बालों की जो लटें होती हैं. She had silver locks because she was old. Were scattered untidily, in an untidy way, in an unorganized way. Over her pale, puckered face. Over her pale means without color or weak, puckered, shrunken face because she was old, and her lips constantly moved in inaudible prayer. And her lips always moved in inaudible prayer, the prayer which was not audible, which could not be heard. Yes, she was beautiful. So she was beautiful by heart. She was like the winter landscape. These lines are very important. The narrator describes her beauty and compares her beauty with the winter landscape. Winter landscape seems so beautiful because it has snow, the mountains. So she also looked like winter landscape in the mountains because she had silver locks spreaded over her face. In the same way, the snow is scattered in the mountains in winter season. An expanse of pure white serenity, breathing peace and contentment. So on her face there was an expanse which was spread of pure white serenity. Serenity means peace. Pure white because white color is the symbol of peace. So she had the expressions of peace on her face, breathing peace and contentment. She had the feeling of contentment on her face. संतुष्टि का जो भाव होता है और शांति का भाव उनके चेहरे पर दिखता था. Okay students, we will continue the chapter in another video. Thank you.